Martin Luther King Jr. is celebrated worldwide as a champion of civil rights and social justice. However, a shadowy group of theorists believes that his true legacy is far more complex and shrouded in secrecy. According to this conspiracy theory, King was not only a civil rights leader, but also an undercover operative for a clandestine organization known as the Shadow Network, which sought to orchestrate global social and political change. The theory posits that the Shadow Network, a covert coalition of intellectuals, politicians, and activists from various countries, was established during World War II with the aim of steering the world towards a more equitable and just society. They believed that traditional methods of activism were slow and ineffective, so they devised a plan to infiltrate key movements and guide them from within. Martin Luther King Jr., with his charisma, intelligence, and commitment to justice, was identified by the network as the ideal candidate to lead the American civil rights movement. According to the theory, he was recruited during his studies at Boston University, where he was introduced to key network operatives who provided him with training and support. Throughout his career, King's public speeches and actions were meticulously planned in coordination with the Shadow Network. His famous "I Have a Dream" speech, for example, is believed to have been crafted not only to inspire but also to encode messages to other network operatives around the world. The widespread media coverage of his activities was part of a larger strategy to use mass communication to subtly influence global public opinion. The theorists claim that the FBI's surveillance of King was not solely due to his civil rights activities, but also because the government suspected his involvement with this secretive organization. J. Edgar Hoover's relentless campaign against King is seen as an attempt to uncover and dismantle the Shadow Network. King's assassination in 1968 is viewed as a pivotal moment in this conspiracy. The theory suggests that it was not the act of a lone assassin, but rather the result of a complex plot involving multiple parties who feared the growing influence of the Shadow Network. Some believe that King's death was intended to serve as a warning to other members of the network, signaling the dangers of their revolutionary agenda. Despite his tragic death, theorists argue that the Shadow Network continued its work, using King's martyrdom to galvanize further change. They claim that remnants of the network still exist today, quietly working behind the scenes to promote social justice and equality on a global scale. Mainstream historians and scholars dismiss this theory as speculative and lacking credible evidence. However, for those who subscribe to the conspiracy, the story of Martin Luther King Jr. and the Shadow Network remains a tantalizing glimpse into a hidden world of covert activism and global intrigue.